The most genius legal robbery in history, the $3.5 million heist that was completely legal. What if I told you, a man once pulled off a $3.5 million heist in broad daylight? No masks, no weapons, no police chase, and most shocking of all, it was 100% legal. This is the unbelievable true story of Victor Lustig, the man who sold the Eiffel Tower, not once, but twice. The mastermind behind the scam. In the early 20th century, Europe was full of opportunity and chaos. After World War I, governments were rebuilding, industries were shifting, and communication systems were still slow and unorganized. And in the middle of all this confusion emerged a brilliant, charming, multilingual con artist named Victor Lustig. Born in 1890 in what is now the Czech Republic, Lustig wasn't just another criminal. He was educated, elegant, and unbelievably intelligent. He spoke multiple languages fluently. He dressed like royalty. He behaved like a diplomat. But behind that polished smile was a calculating genius. Lustig believed something powerful. The best scams are the ones that people want to believe. And in 1925, he found the perfect target. The Eiffel Tower problem. In 1925, newspapers in Paris were reporting something interesting. The Eiffel Tower, built in 1889, had become extremely expensive to maintain. There were public discussions about whether it should be demolished. Yes, demolished. At that time, the tower was not as beloved as it is today. Many Parisians considered it an ugly metal structure. Lustig read those articles carefully, and that's when the idea struck him. What if he could sell it? The setup, creating the illusion. Lustig created fake government documents. He printed official-looking letterheads. He booked a luxurious meeting room at one of Paris's finest hotels. Then he invited 6 major scrap metal dealers to a confidential government meeting. In that meeting, Lustig introduced himself as a high-ranking government official from the Ministry of Posts and Telegraphs. He explained, the Eiffel Tower was too expensive to maintain. The government had secretly decided to sell it for scrap. The process had to remain confidential to avoid public outrage. One of them would be selected for the contract. It sounded unbelievable, but it also sounded possible. And that's the key. The $3.5 million deal. Among the 6 dealers was a man named André Poisson. Poisson was ambitious. He wanted to prove himself in Paris's competitive business world. He also felt insecure because he was relatively new to the elite business community. Lustig noticed this immediately. He invited Poisson to a private meeting and hinted that he needed a personal incentive, a bribe, to secure the deal. Poisson, believing he was bribing a corrupt official, paid Lustig approximately $3.5 million in today's value. The papers were signed. The money was transferred. And Victor Lustig quietly boarded a train and disappeared to Austria. Why no one reported it? Here's the most shocking part. Poisson didn't go to the police. Why? Because he was embarrassed. Imagine telling authorities, I tried to buy the Eiffel Tower and got scammed. He would become the laughingstock of France. So he stayed silent. And Lustig realized something powerful. He could do it again. Selling the Eiffel Tower. Again. Incredibly, Victor Lustig returned to Paris. He repeated the same scheme with another group of scrap dealers. This time, however, one of them grew suspicious and contacted authorities. Lustig escaped just in time and fled to the United States. Even after nearly being exposed, he was never charged for the Eiffel Tower scam. That's why it remains one of the most genius legal robberies in history. The psychology behind the genius. Why did this work? Let's break it down. 1. Authority illusion. Lustig used official documents, luxury settings, and confident body language. 2. Exclusivity. He made it seem like a secret opportunity. Urgency. He implied the deal had to happen quickly. Greed and ego. He targeted ambitious businessmen who wanted prestige. Lustig didn't steal with force. He stole with psychology. His final downfall. After fleeing to America, Lustig continued running scams, including counterfeiting operations. Eventually, in 1935, he was arrested by U.S. authorities. He was sent to the infamous Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary, the most secure prison of its time. There, the man who once sold the Eiffel Tower spent the rest of his life. He died in 1947. Was it really legal? Technically, Lustig committed fraud. But at the time of the Eiffel Tower scheme, there were no violent crimes. No direct evidence tied him immediately. No official complaint was filed after the first sale. Without a complaint, there was no investigation. In many ways, his biggest weapon wasn't deception. It was human pride. The real lesson. This story isn't just about crime. It's about human psychology, manipulation, social engineering, confidence and persuasion, and the dangerous power of belief. Victor Lustig proved something chilling. The smartest robber doesn't break into your house. He makes you hand him the keys. The Eiffel Tower still stands tall in Paris today, a symbol of romance and beauty. But hidden in its shadow is one of history's most unbelievable scams. A man who didn't need a weapon because his mind was sharper than any blade. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more interesting, informative, and knowledgeable videos. See you in the next one.